And for more on this, we're now being joined by Anne-Elisabeth Moutet, who's a journalist and columnist for the London Telegraph, based there in France right now. Anne-Elisabeth, let me just start by asking you, what do you make of the way the situation is, the violence is? Where do you see this headed? Is there going to be a solution in the near future?
I think there could be solutions. I am not sure that this government, Emmanuel Macron's government, is capable of implementing those solutions, because the first things that have been said sound like what happened before in other instances. And the anger in the country is that there's no firmness and no understanding at the same time. We do not have presidential elections again until 2027. So it's either they suddenly become imaginative or the situation is not terribly good.
But of course, tricky questions of who exactly is it to blame in this? Is it people using social media to incite violence? Is it the rioters who've clearly gone way too far? Is it the authorities and the police who often use brutality in the past?
I would say it's like most situations, it is very complex. The French police is not, we have two separate police forces in France. We've got the police and we've got the gendarmerie. The gendarmerie works in the countryside and in small towns. They are a military force. They from their ranks come the elite troops that have been called by foreign governments to help them. And in general, you don't have problems with the gendarmes because they are both respectful and well-trained. The police in the cities in France has increasingly been neglected, like other professions, actually, like teachers, etc. And they are badly trained, badly paid, under attack, and with a feeling that they too are being neglected. And the result is that I wouldn't say that it's statistically, systematically racist, because you've got lots of people of color in the French police. You've got Arabs in the French police and children of Arab extraction. You've got black people in the French police from the West Indies. You always have, and that isn't a problem. But it's more and more the French police has been brutal because it felt cornered, because there weren't enough people, and it's so difficult now to recruit in the police. You have to realize that the French police has got the higher rate of suicides of all French professions. It's because it's a terrible job. You don't get enough support. You then don't get enough training. They need new policemen because lots of people resign. So the training was 1 year and it's gone down to 8 months. And then when you get in difficult neighborhoods, you get attacked with live fire, with mortar fire. And it's not just the police. It's, people will say, oh, but the police is racist. But the firemen put out fires. I mean, they're not racist. It's on fire, they will put it out. And the people who come from first aid, emergency rescue, they also are being shot at and pelted with stuff. I mean, there are instances of very young people throwing away their parents' washing machine on the police in some of the projects. So all of this has made for an explosive situation, and it needed a spark. And the spark was the killing of this young man, Nahel.
All right, Anne-Elisabeth Moutet, thank you so much for joining us with that perspective.